गगन सदृशं वनस्यादिलक्ष्यं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. So, the example of the Mahavipraha, the one who is a Brahmana, who has got the knowledge, who is Jivan Muktaha. So, the Ananda, that he, he appreciates, which is his own real nature. So, the Ananda in the sleep is the same as that appreciated by him. Mahavipraha, Brahmavedi. Brahmavedi, one has got the Paroksha Jnana of Brahma. Brahma Paroksha Jnanavan. कृतकृत्यत्वलक्षणां विद्यानंदस्य परमां काष्ठां प्राप्य विद्यानंदस्य परमां काष्ठां सीमां the final limit, the final of Brahmananda, of Vidyananda. Vidyananda, where will it culminate? Vidyananda will be in the second chapter, will come as it is under the category of Vishayananda, because in the Vidyananda there is Dhi Vritti is involved. What we have seen? To begin with, two types of Anandas. The one which has got Dhi Vritti, other which has no Dhi Vritti. That Ananda which has got Dhi Vritti, Vishayananda, Vidyananda, and that which has no Dhi Vritti is Yogananda, Atmananda. So it is one, but for analysis sake, these 5 divisions are made. Now there, Vidyananda, here Vidyananda, the Ananda that is born of the study of the Shastra. Even if one doesn't gain Atmajnana, and if one has got some value for Vedanta, etc., in Shravana itself is some Ananda is there or not. Provided the person has got the value. Otherwise it will be a big problem. To sit in the Vedanta class itself will be a big nuisance. This person, why not audible? Not audible. So, even in listening, exposing to the Shravan, that means the Vedantic inquiry, no? Okay. Huh? Yeah, okay. Directly. Then what is the use of this? if I am required to shout, then anyway, I have got built-in microphone, I believe so. No, at times not required. So, when a person studies the Shastras, means in the study of the Shastras or exposure to this inquiry itself can give the Ananda, but the culmination of it can be only by the acquisition of whatever that is pointed out by the highest type of Shastra. What is the highest type of Shastra? Vedanta, that which speaks of the knowledge of oneself. Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana. Not just Paroksha Jnana, but one who has got the Aparoksha Jnana, that is what is intended by the Shastra. So therefore, the one who has got the Aparoksha Jnana of Brahma, which is one's own real nature, certainly will have the Sima, the culmination, the final of Vidyananda. So therefore, so that Vidyanandasya Paramam Kashtham, Paramam Sima. That is the final level of that means actually it is a state of Jivan Mukti. So the Jivan Mukti state or Prapya itself was described earlier in the 7th chapter in Tripti Deepa Prakarana as Krita Krityatva Lakshana. That gain, that means that Prapti is characterized by Krita Kritya. Krityam Kritam Yena, because it is a Nirankusha Triptihi. So that again, having got that state means that actually having appreciated the Brahmananda Sarupa, nothing short of that. So Prapya Avatishtati, he remains like that. So in the deep state, same as that Ananda is available. These are the three examples given in the Brihadaranyaka. Examples that are illustrations are those of Kumara, Maharaja and Mahabrahmana, to show that the Sushupti Ananda is same as Brahmananda. The question arises, why only three? We are ready to listen any number of drishtantas. Why not more drishtantas? Or why these three alone have been given as a drishtanta? The case of an infant, a suckling, the case of an emperor, the case of a Jivan Mukta Brahmana. Why these alone have been chosen by the Shruti as the illustration for the Sushupti Ananda? Why not any other thing? What is the purpose behind, or what is the point behind selecting these illustrations? That is made clear. Tika nanu ete kumaradayah trayah eva kimiti drishtanti kritaha nane iti ashankya drishtanta trayodaharana tatparyam aha. Ete kumaradayah trayah eva kimiti drishtanti kritaha. These three, what are those? Kumaradayah trayah eva. These three illustrations of Kumaradi, etc. Trayaha eva, only three. Kimiti drishtanti kritaha. Tasmat karanat. For what purpose? What is the reason in giving these three illustrations alone? Nani. Why not any other illustrations are given? Iti ashankya. If such a doubt is there, the tatparya, the purpose behind giving these three examples is being explained here. Mugdha buddhati buddhanam loke siddha sukhatmata. Udahritana mannetu dukkhino na sukhatmakaha. Udahritanam Mugdha buddhati buddhanam Mugdha buddhati buddhanam Loke sukhatmata siddha. Loke sukhatmata siddha. Annetu dukkhinaha na sukhatmakaha. Annetu dukkhinaha na sukhatmakaha. Udahritanam means Udahritanam madhye, among these three illustrations that are cited. What are those illustrations that are given? They belong to this category. The Kumara, Maharaja and Mahabrahmana they belong to these three categories. What are those? Mugdha, Buddha and Ati Buddha. Buddha, Ati Buddha is there. They belong to the category of Mugdhaha. Who is the Mugdhaha? Mugdha is Viveka Shunyaha. A person who lacks discrimination. Like innocent person also you can take, but who lacks discrimination. Mugdhaha is Viveka Shunyaha. Now, Buddha, Viveki. Person who has got Viveki. And Ati Buddha, Ati Viveki. Viveki means what? Not over intelligent. There is a saying, Deed Shahana. In Marathi they say Deed Shahana. You know what Deed Shahana means? 1.5 intelligent. Means kuch gadbad hai. So that is what it means. So not that. So Ati Viveki means who can be Ati Viveki? What you see? A Viveki who lacks discrimination. What is right, what is wrong, what is good, what is bad, nothing that person knows. Vivek is the one who knows good and bad, right and wrong, etc. But who can be Ati Viveki? The one who knows Atma Anatma Viveka. Not just Atma Anatma Viveka, not just Paroksha Jnana, who has got the Aparoksha Jnana. The one who knows the Atma Aparokshataya, at the same time Jagat as Mithya, he knows very well that Nishtha is that he can be taken as Ati Viveki, the best among the Viveki. Whereas those who have got the knowledge of the Dharma Shastras, etc., they are Vivekis. They are Viveki compared to the lay person. That's fine. So therefore, he says these three examples have been given from these three standpoints because, so that is, what are those standpoints? Why will see? Mugdha, that is Viveka, the one who is Viveka Shunya. Now, among those who lack Viveka, who lack the discrimination, the most happy person is Kumaraha. You bring the category of those people which nahi hai idhar. So therefore, nothing is there in the brain. No, earlier they used to say grey matter. Now I think they have found it something else. Anyway, so there is no grey matter in the skull. So the one who has nothing like that, one who lacks discrimination, among such people, if you club all the avivekis, among them the most happy person is the infant, the suckling. Okay, that is one example. Buddhanam madhe vivekishu. Among them, sarvabhaumaha means those who have got the, that means viveka in terms of shastra in general, not atmanatma viveka. Among them, sarvabhaumaha, an emperor is the most happy person because he has got all the sense enjoyments at his command. Not only he wields the power over the entire empire. That way, among the Viveki in general, he is Ajnani. He may be Ajnani. But those who have got the Viveka discrimination in general, among them, this emperor is the most happy person. Ati Vivekishu. There is not a single person who is the most happy. Ativeki, who is he? Jnani. Is there among the Jnani, is there any degree of happiness, various degrees of happiness? One and the same, because Brahmananda is one and the same. But it surpasses all other Ananda because it is the very source of Ananda, it is limitless. Satyam Jnanam Anantam it is. It being limitless. So therefore, Ativekishu means, that means, or you can take Ativeki means one who has taken to Atmanatma Viveka, yet person has not got the Aparoksha Jnana. Paroksha Jnana is that he is a sadhaka, puts forth effort, mumukshu, that's fine. Among them, the one who has got the Aparoksha Jnana and the Nishtha, he is the most happy. That way also you can take. I mean, you need to bring down Ativiveki to the Atmanatma Viveki, and who has got other qualifications, get not Aparoksha Jnana. Among them, the one who has got Aparoksha Jnana, he is the most happy. Therefore, that is what Mahabrahmanaha. So, Mugdha Buddhati Buddhanam Loke Sukhatmata Siddha. Means their being, that is their disposition being happy, or they being happy, this is well known in the world. They are happy people. That is what, among those categories, they are the happiest people we know. Sukhatmata Siddha. Now, Annetu, other than these, other than whom? Among the Aviveki category, other than the Kumara. Among the normal Viveki category, other than the Maharaja. Among the Ativiveki who have not yet got the Atmadhyana, but certainly who have taken to Atmanatma Viveka, means they are progressing. So we can take Ativiveki a little less of Atmadhyana because plurality is there. And then the superlative is pointed out. Among them, so the one who is Atma Sakshatkaravan, the one who has got Aparoksha Jnana and the Nishtha, Jivan Muktaha, is the most happy person. Other than the Annetu means among these three categories, other than these three mentioned, in contrast to the earlier these three persons, Dukkhinaha, they are sorrowful persons, means Na Sukhatmakaha. Not that they don't enjoy, they enjoy here and there, but not as happy as these people. Na Sukhatmakaha. Na Sukhatmakaha means, why it is so? Because they are, other people are full of raga dvesha. A child is innocent because the raga dveshas are not developed. Mustaches have not yet grown, you know. You see, all children are very innocent. But if they start growing, then what happens? You know what happens? So they pick up all the stupid things. Of course, for which I think parents only must be the cause for that. Because they allow and they don't bring them up properly, whatever it may be. Okay. But they don't pick this. Infant is the one who has no raga dvesha. Therefore, that means he is the one who is happy. Other avivekis are not happy. Not happy means as happy as the child. Again, among the vivekis, Maharaja is happy because he has at his command everything. All bhogas are at his command, which is not available for others. So at least even though they are well off, you see, he is the person who is wielding the power, etc. At least power is lacking. So that way, the viveki, and about ati viveki, the jnani, raga dveshas again are not there. They are not there. So therefore, other than these people are not that happy as these people, and these three examples have been given for that sake. Okay. Let it be so. These three examples have been given. So now what you intend to say about the Darshtanta, about the Sushupti. In the case of the Kumara, Maharaja and Mahabrahmana, we find they are relatively happier than other lot. Agreed. But how are you going to apply that for the Sushupti? Just as these people are totally engrossed in the happiness which is available to them, like that, one who is in sleep is totally immersed, engrossed in the Brahmananda, being not aware of anything other than that. Kumaradiva devayam brahmanandaika tatparaha. Sri parishvaktavadveda nabahyam napi chantaram. Actually, that earlier we have seen the illustration. Brihadaranyaka Shruti, Sayatha Kumaro va Maharajo va Mahabrahmano va Atignim Anandasya Gatva Shaita Evam Eva Eshaha Etachete. So that Evam Eva Eshaha Etachete. That portion. Like that, this Jiva is what? Sleeping. How? Totally immersed in the Ananda, that is Brahmananda. That portion, that is Darshtanta, illustrated. These three are the illustrations. That Darshtanta, the illustrated about that portion, he is now elaborating. Anvaya Kumaradivat eva ayam Brahmanandaika tatparaha bhavati. So add there bhavati. Sri parishvaktavad nabahyam napicha antaram veda. Sri parishvaktavad nabahyam napicha antaram, or not antaram, okay, not antaram, napicha antaram na veda. Kumaradivad, like the Kumaradi, like the Kumara, the child, infant, Adi, emperor, and the Brahmana, Jivan Mukta Brahmana. So Adi stands for the other two. Eva, verily, Ayam means Ayam Jivaha, this Jiva. When Sushuptau, in the deep sleep state, Ayam Jivaha, in the deep sleep state, what is he? Brahmanandaika tatparaha, exclusively devoted to Brahmananda alone. Brahmanandaika tatparaha means he is totally immersed in Brahmananda. He knows nothing other than Brahmananda. Again, he knows means don't bring triputis, okay? That's why he is totally immersed, as it were, in the Brahmananda. Because knows means what? Again, known will come. Knower will come. Triputis have already been resolved. That's what it says. Paramatmanam dhavati. That was told. Triputis are resolved. Okay. So Brahmanandaika tatparaha. He is exclusively devoted to that, means as it were immersed in the Brahmanda only. He knows nothing other than Brahmanda. For which a yukti in the sense of illustration no has given based on again another Shruti quotation. That is also Brihadaranyaka. Stri Privaktavad Bahyam Veda Napicha Antaram Veda. Why is totally immersed in this? In Brahmananda. Because at the time he is not aware of anything other than Brahmananda, whether within or without. How Sri Parishvakvat, like a person in embrace with a beloved. Like that, na bahyam, nothing outside him, na chapi antaram, nothing within. Bahya and antaram will be explained by the author in the subsequent stanza. So, anything that is taking place outside, anything taking place that is inside means house, etc., he doesn't know. You see that particular Shruti also, that Brihadaranyaka Shruti runs like this. The Sri Parishvata, that illustration is given like the mantra, Brahmana, in the Brihadaranyaka, it goes like that. Tadyatha, you have got in this Ramakritika. Tadyatha priyaya striya samparishvaktaha na bahyam kinchana veda nantaram evam eva ayam purushaha pradnenatmana samparishvaktaha na bahyam kinchana veda nantaram. Jyotir Brahmana in Brihadaranyaka. Tadyatha, here is the illustration to show that how, that means in the state of deep sleep. So he is totally immersed in the Brahmanda, he doesn't know anything else other than. Actually the illustration is only to point out that he is not aware of anything other than the Sushupti Ananda, which is Brahmanda. Only from Anya, that is Antara and Bahya, he doesn't know. And because he doesn't know, he is totally immersed in that. That is the reasoning, that is the Yuki. Tadyatha, just as Priya Striya Samparishvaktaha, the person who is in embrace with the beloved. So, na Bahyam Kinchana Veda. Bahya will explain in the next stanza. What it means is Bahya means, see, outside on the road what is happening. Such a person doesn't know what is happening, he doesn't know. Not only, Nantaram Evayam Purusha, Nantaram. What is happening in the house, etc., he also doesn't know. Ashkara there, in the Nantaram, in the Brihadaranyaka, he says, Aham Sukhi Rukhi iti Naveda. Such a person, he doesn't know, I am a happy person, I am a sorrowful person. He doesn't know, means what is happening in the house, etc., he doesn't know, means he is not aware of anything. And so, na anandram Veda, evam eva ayam purusha. So, accordingly means like that only, ayam purusha means this person who is asleep. Pradnenatmana samparishvaktaha, who is in embrace, as it were, pradnena atmana. The atma who is available here as the pradnyaha. Who is pradnyaha? Who are the other guys? Vishwa and Taija. Means what you call as deep sleeper or deep sleeper consciousness. Means the one who is the Mr. Sleeper. That means the pradnya. Why is he called pradnya? Prayanadnya. Prakarshanadnya. Anything else is left out? Prayanadnya. Pradnya. See, janati dnyah. Prakarshe janati pradnyah. Pradnyaha eva pradnyaha can be taken, but that doesn't apply here. That will not apply here. Therefore, that prakarshan dhyaha is Chaitanya tattva only will be pradnyaha. No. Prayena adnyaha. Almost ignorant. Why don't you get ignorant? Totally ignorant. Because Chaitanya is there at that time. Chaitanya is there. So, I slept well, I did not know anything, experience is going on. But because the experiencer has resolved, he doesn't know that I am undergoing this. So that's almost ignorant, not totally ignorant. If totally ignorant, do you know what would have happened? You will not be able to recall the experience of deep sleep state. Totally ignorant means it will amount to say that in deep sleep state there is no Chaitanya. After this much of study of Vedanta, great discovery. Is it? Isn't that Chaitanya is absent at some period of time? See, can it be possible that the Chaitanya Tattva, the awareness principle, being absent at a particular period of time? Why not? You come on, tell me, prove that it can't be so. Yes, yes, yes. Sometimes it must be so. Come on, refute me. I am Puru Pakshi now. Okay. I will give the benefit of being Siddhant to you all now. Come on. Refute me. Huh? What is that? Achha, no. I'm not giving Anumana to you. Look, this is not inference. If I give inference, because then you can ask for illustration. You can dismiss otherwise also. If I say that it is based on Anumana, yes, you can ask me the illustration. I am not using illustration. I am just making statement. Now suppose you take for granted. Let's take for granted that at a particular time Chaitanya was not there. My dear sir, please tell me who you are. Who is the guy who is aware that Chaitanya was not there? My statement is wrong. Without Chaitanya, I can't know that something is not there. Totally absurd. So, Pradnyaha. Pradnyaha, the one with the slipper, with the Atma here, Prayana, that's why Pradnyaha. Pradnena Atmana Santisha. The one who is, that is the Jiva, who is one with the Atma at that time, Samparikata, na Bahyam Kinchana Vida Nataram. He doesn't know anything outside nor inside. The outside and inside, in the case of the illustrator, the Jiva in sleep will be clear in the second stanza. In the case of the illustration, outside, that will be made clear in the next stanza. What is Bahya and what is Antara. These two words are used, Bahya and Antara. Antara. What are those? Outside and inside, what is that? In the case of both, illustration of Sri Parishvaktaha and the Jiva with the sleep, both is being put in this stanza. Bahyam Ratyadijam Vrittam Gruha Krityam Yathantaram Tatha Jagaranam Bahyam Nadi Stha Swapna Antaha Yatha Ratyadijam Vrittam Bahyam Yatha Ratyadijam Vrittam Bahyam Griharutyam Antaram. Yes, Vrithyadijam, there is alternating is there, kam is there. Vrithyadikam, alternating is there. Vrithyadijam or Ratyadijam or Ratyadikam, alternating is there. Yatha Ratyadijam or Ratyadikam Bahyam Grihakrityam Antaram Tatha Jagaranam Bahyam Nadistaha Swapnaha Antaram. Nadistaha Swapnaha Antaram. Means the first line refers to Drishtanta of Sri Parishvakta. The second line refers to the Darshtanta of Jiva Visaya, of the Jiva Sushupti. Just as in the case of Drishtanta, in the case of Sri Parishvakta person, yatha Ratyadijam or Ratyadikam. Ratyadikam means highway and whatever that happens there. Highway means road, okay? Road etc. Highway or whatever takes place. Vrittam means Vrittantam. Vrittantam means what goes on there. So whatever is the road means outside. Outside the house, on the road, and whatever that goes on the road, etc. means external things. So these are Ratyadijam or Ratyadikam belonging to that. Vrittam happens there? This is Bahyam in the case of illustration, and Grihakrityam Antaram, household, whatever that is within the house, which is close, near, that is far. Means he doesn't know anything that happens around near him, nor anything happens outside. Both he doesn't know. Grihakrityam Antaram. This is in the case of illustration, Bahya and Antara. And about the Tatha, in the same manner, you can add there Jiva Vishaye. In the case of this Jiva. And what Jiva? This Jiva means who is now asleep. Who is asleep and who is totally merged, as it were, in the Brahmananda. Okay. In the case of this person who is asleep, Jagaranam Bahyam. The waking state experiences, these are called as Bahya, external. What about internal? Nadi Sthaha Sapnaha Antara. Sapnaha, the dream experiences, the dream, which is the location is given, Nadi Sthaha. They say, based on the waking state impressions. So, the sthana for Sapna Prapancha is Nadi, somewhere in the throat region, Kantha Sthana. As per yoga shastra, this is something like that. So in the nadi, in the Kantha Sthana, some nadis, and that is the place for the this Sapna. Okay. Or Tejas also, Tejasa Sthana also, that like Dakshinakshi Purushaha. Vishwas place is what? Right eye. Like that. It's prominently available there, that is what it gives that sthana. So Nadi Sthaha Antaraha Nadi Sthaha Swapnaha Antaraha. Means what it means? This person who is asleep neither knows the waking state nor the dream experiences. He doesn't know. None of these he knows. He is totally immersed in this Brahmananda. Now, in sleep, this jiva is immersed in the Brahmananda only. And when it is said, he doesn't know anything about the waking and the dream, it automatically amounts to say that he is totally free from samsara. Is it not? What is samsara? Sukha dukkhatmaka samsara, characterized by mrityu. Where do you experience this? Either in the waking or the dream. Means the actual experience of the sukha dukkha is more dukkha, but combined with sukha, as per the path of punya, is available in the waking state and the dream state. That is why a person can't sleep for a very long time, however great Kumbhakarna he may be. He has to come out of deep sleep state. Do you know why? This embodiment has been ordered for what? Exhaust the karma phala. Karma phalas are papa punyatmaka, for which this body has to operate, and these experiences can be gained in the waking and the dream. Of course, deep sleep state also is result of papa punya. Therefore, if a punyaman is there, he will get sound sleep. If papa is there, what? Mosquitoes will come there. So, like that. So it is possible. It is also a karma phala only. So whatever it may be. Now, but the functioning of the gross and the subtle body is necessary to eke out the experiences. Now you say, look here. Therefore he has to come out of the deep state, because if he is totally in the deep state, the gross and the subtle bodies will not be operating and the karma phalas will not be exhausted. He has to come out as per the karma phala. Okay. Now this will look. See, how is that? In the state of deep sleep, he has no samsara sorrows or samsara experiences and totally immersed in the Brahmanda. What is the logic behind this? How do you say so? Because the causes that give the samsara sorrow, sukha dukkhatmaka, experiences, these are not available in the deep sleep state. In the deep sleep state, is your gross body and the subtle body available? Are they operating? Not that they have got destroyed. They are there in the dormant form, but they are not functioning. Wherever the gross and the subtle bodies are functioning, you have got the samsara. Therefore, he is one with Brahmananda, one with one's real nature. This is also based on Vridaranyaka Shruti. There is a Shruti in Vridaranyaka. Atra pita pita bhavati, mata mata, loka 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 lokaha, deva devaha, veda vedaha, atra steno steno bhavati, etc. It goes on there. Atra, atra means in this Sushupti avastha. Pita pita bhavati. Those who have got the tika will see. While reading, you have to read pita pita bhavati. There is something is there in between. Avagraha is there. S type something is there. Pita apita. Pita apita bhavati. Father becomes apita. What is apita? Pita na bhavati. The father is no more the father. Means apetu pitrubhavaha bhavati. The one from whom the status of father, means that fatherhood is removed. When is a person father? With respect to the children. But with respect to the children, what exactly you call as father? That physical upadhi, is it not? The physical upadhi. In the deep sleep state, is his physical upadhi, the gross body, is it available? No. So that if that when the gross body is not available, where is the fatherhood for him? Where is the state of being the father? So therefore, Pita, the one who was hitherto the father, he lost the status of in the deep sleep. Of course, after waking up again, he will be father only. That is a different thing. So at that time, he lost that status because why? No more identification with the physical body. That is what it is. Deha tadatmya is not there. Pita apita bhavati. Mata amata bhavati. The mother loses the status of being mother because no more identification with the body, physical body. Lokaha alokaha bhavati. Lokaha. Whatever the fields of experience, whether the bhuvaha, suvaha, whatever it may be, we don't know whether those guys, I think those guys don't sleep. Haven't they done it, then don't sleep with him. Anyway, whatever that is there. Suppose you went to Uti or some hill station, etc. When you slept, whatever. You don't know where you are. Therefore, lokaha, alokaha. They are no more the lokas. Because that loka experience is with respect to your physical body. That is not available to you to, that means make use for. Alokaha. Devaha, adevaha. All deities are no more available there. Vedaha, avedaha. This person is Chaturvedi. Not Akshara. Arthataha api Chaturvedi. Means what? He has studied. Otherwise, just surname will be Chaturvedi. And if you ask him how many Vedas are there, he will look up and down. So, or four he may say, but what are the names of these? Then he may not know. Not that. The one who has mastered all the four Vedas, maybe Avedaha, no Vedas available. Atra stenaha astenaha bhavati. A thief, he is no more a thief. Because he is a thief with respect to the embodiment, gross body. He is no more a thief. Means all the different types of status are available so long as the upadhi is there. Upadhi gone, no more identification of the upadhi. The status is no more there. This is what is said there based on, and therefore, because upadhi is not there, all the experiences pertaining to those upadhis are no more available And what is available is what? Only one's own real nature, Brahmanda, wherein he is totally immersed. That is the reason why he doesn't know anything outside, nor inside. That is the logic. Pitapi suptavapite tyadau jivatvavaranaat. Suptau brahmaiva no jiva samsaritva samikshanaat. Take the sandhi first. Pita api suptau apita ityadau. Suptau apita ityadau jivatva varana. Okay, now take the Suptau pita api apita. This is the quotation. This refers to the quotation of Brihadaranyaka. Apita ityadau jivatva varana. Jivatva varana. Suptau samsaritva samikshanat. Samsaritva is there. Samsaritvasya asamikshanat. Samsaritva samikshanat. Samsaritva samikshanat. Brahma eva nau jivaha. No. Nau jivaha. Brahma eva. So, yeah, okay, you can take that. Samsaritva samikshanat. Jivaha Brahma. No jiva is there. Okay. Suptau Brahma eva nau jivaha. Correct. Brahma eva nau jivaha. Suptau in the deep state. Pita api apita. Even the father is what? Apita means he is devoid of the dharmas. As the jiva enjoying the status of father. Dharmas is guna dharmas. The characteristic, the jiva enjoying the characteristic of fatherhood. These are not there available in the deep state. Therefore, he is apita means pita na bhavati, apita pitrabhavaha bhavati. One from whom the pitrabhava, the status of father, the fatherhood is gone. Okay. Ityadau means in these illustrations in that particular Brihadaranyaka Shruti, what has been done is jivatva varanat. Jivatva varanat means the status of being jiva is negated. Means he is no more jiva now. Why he is not identified with the upadis? So that what upadis? Sukshma, Sthula and Sukshma. Not Karana. Will come now. Don't think that Bharati Tirtha has forgotten Anandamaya Kosha. Because he's talking straight away Brahmanda, 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 sleep Brahmanda, Brahmanda. Where is this Anandamaya Kosha? Something we have heard. Where are they? Going to come. He is aware of it. But step by step he is Jivatva Varana. Because this, that is Pitritvadi Jiva Dharmanam. The Tika. Pitritvadi Jiva Dharmanam Putya eva Nivaritatvat. Jivatvasya apratitau. Pitritvadi Jiva Dharmanam. The characteristic of the Jiva in terms of Pitrutva etc., fatherhood etc., of all these. So, Putya eva Nivaritatvat. Who has negated? Shruti herself has negated. Apita etc. means he is no more Pita etc. Shruti herself has negated this all guna dharma, the characteristics. Nivaritatva. Therefore, there is no more the status of being a jiva. And jiva means samsara starts there. Experiences of sukha dukkha are there. So it is no more there for that individual one who is asleep at that time. So, that is jivatva varanat, because jivatva pratiti, experience of being the jiva is not there in the deep state, which is also pointed out by the Shruti. So what remains now is Brahmata eva avashishyate ityartha. The status of being Brahma alone remains. That is what is told in the second line. Suktau samsaritva samikshana. In the deep state, Asamikhanat means adarsanat. This is not experience. This is not seen. What is not seen? Samsaritva means samsari, yes, samsaritva bhavasya. The status of being samsari is not seen, is not experienced in the deep sleep state. Therefore, what remains now? Brahma, that means status of being the Brahma alone is remaining. Therefore, Suptaha, the one who is asleep, Brahma eva na ujivaha. He is verily Brahma, na not indeed Jiva. He is not Jiva. Also. Therefore, what I told earlier, he is totally immersed in the Brahmanda. No trace of sorrow of the Jivatva Sukha Dukhatma Samsara. So it's good, even according to the question is, what the Shruti says is, the status of being the father, mother, lokas, Vedas, etc. are not there. Agreed. But only because these are not there, why do you say samsaritva is not there? Maybe he has that status of being father, etc. is not there. But yet samsaritva may be there. How do you say so? It is not there. For that again he takes the help of that is the Shruti. The same Shruti continues. Pita, Apita, etc. Same Shruti tells afterwards. Tirno hi tada sarvan shokan hridayasya bhavati. In that case, sarvan hridayasya means buddhehi, antakaranasya. In Tika you find that Tirno hi tada sarvan shokan hridayasya bhavati. Tada means in that deep sleep state. So, hridayasya sarvan shokan. Hridayasya means buddhehi antakaranasya. So, sarvan shokan tirnaha bhavati. He crosses over. Tirnaha atikrantaha. All the sorrows of the antakarana he crosses over. When in the deep sleep state, this is the continuation of the main Shruti, which is Pita, Apita, etc. Okay, before that also you can take Ramakrishna Tika, before this quotation. What we have seen, but quotation that he says means, why, in spite of the absence of the status of fatherhood, etc., why there is no samsara dukkha? Because all these are on account of identification with the body. In the deep sleep state, there is no identification in the body, therefore samsara dukkha is not there. Ramakrishna Tika explains, Nanu, पितृत्वादि अभिमाना भावेपि सुखित्वादि संसारः किं न स्यात् इति आशंक्य संसारस्य देहाभिमानमूलत्वात् तदभावे अभावः इति मन्वानः तत्प्रतिपादकं तीर्णो हि तदा सर्वान् शोकान् हृदयस्य भवति इति समनन्तरवाक्यं तात्पर्यतः व्याचष्टे. पितृत्वादि अभिमानाभावे अपि पितृत्वादभिमानस्य अभावे अपि, even though abhava, in the absence of abhimana, identification as father, mother, etc., which is agreed. In the deep sleep state, such identification is not there. Such abhimanasya abhave api sukhitwadi samsaraha kim na syat. Why should it not be there that sukhitwadi samsara? Adi means dukkha. Sukha dukkhadi rupa samsara is not there. How come it is so? Why should it not be there? Maybe that that means I am father, etc. These notions may not be there. That identification, the body may not be there. Still, why not the samsara continues in that state? Having doubted like that, it gives the reason. Samsarasya dehabhimana moolatva. Because the samsara is on account of identification with the embodiment, the body, gross and subtle. Tadabhave means dehabhimanasya abhave. In the absence of the identification of the body, abhavaha, abhava here is samsarasya abhava. absence of samsara. Iti manvanaha, considering so, thinking so. Tat pratipadakam, that means the Shruti which states the same thing, Sirna, etc. he says. What is that? Samanantara vakyam. Samanantara vakyam means the subsequent portion of the same Shruti. Which Shruti? Pita, apita, bhavati, etc. The same Shruti continues like that. Samanantara vakyam tatparyataha vyachasti. He explains in terms of content. Not literally he is not quoting that Shruti. He just gives the content of it. There one word. Tirno hi tada sarvan shokan hridayasya bhavati. Shokan we have taken as sorrow. Bhashyakara comments the shokan as kaman. In that Brihadaranyaka Bhashya, Bhashyakara, who is Bhashyakara? Adi Shankaracharya. Bhashyakara comments this word shokan as kama. He straight away equates the shoka to kama, to warn everyone. Kama means what? We take straight away it as shoka. How? If a desire, kama, desire, is not fulfilled, we can agree there is shoka. Is it not? If desire is fulfilled, is there shoka? I think Shankaracharya doesn't know. If desire is fulfilled, is there shoka? Or if desire is simply that, not at all. You are working for the fulfillment of a desire. Is there shoka? Maybe. In the case of a failure, there is shoka. Why should be there? That means shoka otherwise. A desire is that. Desire is not fulfilled, of course shoka, nothing but shoka only. Desire fulfilled also. When you have what a desire, what is the state of your mind? Indian this, okay, not American. Vikshepa is there or not? I should get it. Will I get it? I am putting for the effort. Suppose if I fail, what will happen? Vikshepa are there? Joy or sorrow? Desire not fulfilled. We need not ask at all. Nothing but sorrow. Desire fulfilled. At least there should be happiness. When desires are fulfilled, is there happiness or not? Don't say no because Shankaracharya has said that. Maybe to begin with there is certainly some happiness. We hope to be. Means there is a possibility of happiness being there. At times, the moment desire is fulfilled, the fellow discovers this is not what I aspired for. That's a Priya, Moda, Pramoda. Have you noted that? Pramoda is being defined. How does it define? See, Priya, in the means of the greater degree is Moda. But when Moda, a desired object is fulfilled and the Vishaya Bhoga is there, he doesn't say Pramoda will be there. No guarantee. It can be otherwise also. But when the excessive Ananda is there on account of the Vishaya Bhoga, then that is the Pramoda. Means in the indulgence, other than Pramoda also is possible. Like this. You got the information in the Coimbatore market. I gave this. I remember last year I gave this. You got the information that in the Coimbatore market, Apus, Alfonso mangoes have come from Ratnagiri specially. Not this local variety. Not local mango. Mango. And slowly you sneak it out with some excuse. Man was going already there, so therefore you sneaked out. So, all information you are gathered. Which market, what is the price? I think price is not that prohibitive. Okay, that's fine. You went there. I'm not taking Priya Moda. Priya Moda comes there. Okay, that's it. So, and you went, you got the implied prices, good. When here you have got some ananda. That is what is the priya. When you see that, you have got much more ananda and it is within your reach of purchase. Okay. And you selected a dozen of them. You are happy now. Good variety mangoes, I got a reasonable price also. And you take nice, you have two mangoes. Put one piece in the mouth. What to take a snap and the mangoes are so sour. So sour. Now what should happen? Pramoda should have to take place, is it not? Excessive ananda should take place. What happens? The face also became sour. No guarantee. There is no guarantee. That is what it is. So, therefore, that is how. Again, means the desire fulfilled need not necessarily give the pramoda. Other possibilities also are there. Again, some pramoda may be there, but that pramoda may be potentially the womb of future sorrow. Yat tadagre amrutopamam. To begin with, nectarine. Pariname ayo. What? Visham iva. It purifies, is like a poison, so painful. So therefore now come on, tell me. Take stock of the fulfilled desire. It gave you some joy, but afterwards more sorrow, shoka or otherwise. For vivek is shoka, for avivek is harsha. For vivek it is shoka. So therefore it says, Aman straight away brands as what? Shoka. Just to make us aware of. Sarvan shokan hriday sarati. Therefore, you can't say, let the absence of this identity, let the absence of the fatherhood, etc. be there, and samsara will continue. You can't say. Born of identification, the embodiment. As long as embodiment, identification, the embodiment is not there, there is no room for any samsara. So the essence of this particular Shruti is पित्राद्यभिमानो यः सुख दुःखाकरः सहि पितृत्वाद्यभिमानो यः सुख दुःखाकरः सहि तस्मिन्नपगते तीर्णः सर्वान् शोकान् भवत्ययम् यः पितृत्वादभिमानः सः सुखदुःखाकरः एड संसारः हि सुखदुःखाकरः एड संसारः हि अगेन एड अतः तस्मिन्नपगते अयम् तस्मिन् अपगते तीर्णः सर्वान् शोकान् भवति अयम् सर्वान् शोकान् भवति अयम्. Now this अन्वय अतः तस्मिन् अपगते अयम् सर्वान् शोकान् तीर्णः भवति. Tasmin apagate, there you can add sati. Tasmin apagate. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate